patient presents to your community pharmacy with a letter from his insurance company stating that his Lipitor would no longer be covered on his insurance plan starting next year. Patient is currently on 10 milligrams of Lipitor. Which of the following regimens below could you recommend to JL's primary care provider as an equivalent substitute based on intensity? So the question is pretty easy. It's asking you substitute based on statin intensity because they're currently on 10 milligrams of Lipitor. So the first thing you need to do is find out what intensity is Lipitor 10 milligrams. You have to memorize that this is a moderate intensity statin. Right, because these are all statins, so you have to choose all that are equivalent, which are also moderate intensity. So you just have to memorize the table. You can look up online. I'm just going to show you how I memorize it. So high intensity statins, there's only two of them. Atorvastatin, also known as Lipitor, and we have rosuvastatin, also known as Crestor. So the only strengths that these are considered high intensity are for atorvastatin, it is 40 or 80 milligrams. It only comes in those two, 40 or 80. And rosuvastatin is either 20 or 40 milligrams. That's pretty easy to memorize, just two of them. And the high intensity statins, they also come in moderate intensity. And atorvastatin moderate intensity is either 10 or 20 milligrams. It's pretty easy to remember because it's half of 40, so that's 20 milligrams. And for rosuvastatin, the moderate intensity is either 4 or 10 milligrams. Same thing like Lipitor, right? It's just half of the high intensity statin, 20, that's 10 milligrams. That's how you remember that's moderate intensity. And realize that these do not come in low intensity. It only comes in high intensity and moderate intensity for Lipitor and Crestor. So now make sure you memorize also the moderate intensity statins, like lovastatin. So lovastatin, the moderate intensity is 40 milligrams, and its low intensity is 20 milligrams. Simvastatin, also very popular. It either comes for moderate intensity, either 20 or 40 milligrams. And if it's low intensity, it's only 10 milligrams. And then next we have Pravachol. Moderate intensity is either 40 or 80 milligrams. And its low intensity is either 10 or 20 milligrams. And then fluvastatin comes in either extended release or immediate release. So fluvastatin extended release, it's only moderate intensity, and that's 80 milligrams for the extended release. So for its immediate release, it could either be moderate intensity, which is 40 milligrams twice a day, or it could come low intensity, which is either 20 or 40 milligrams. And then the last one is pitavastatin, the smallest one. That's why they call it pitavastatin. So that's why I remember it easily, because it's really tiny. So moderate intensity is either 2 or 4 milligrams, and the low intensity is only 1 milligram. So now back to the question. Lipitor 10 milligrams is moderate intensity. So find all the statins that have same moderate intensity equivalent. So Crestor, 20 milligrams. That's also rosuvastatin, Crestor. And the 20 to 40 is considered high intensity. So this is wrong because it's not moderate intensity. We're only looking for moderate intensity because this is high intensity. So next we got Mevacor, which is also known as lovastatin. And lovastatin moderate intensity is 40 milligrams. So this is correct. And then we got Zocor, which is simvastatin. So make sure you memorize the brand generics. So simvastatin, 20 milligrams, that's considered moderate intensity. So that's correct. And then we got Lescol XL 80 milligrams. So that's also known as Fluostan extended release. And the extended release only comes in moderate intensity, which is 80 milligrams. So that's correct. And then the next one is Pravachol 20 milligrams. Pravachol is also known as Pravastatin, which is a generic name. And the 20 milligram is only considered to be the low intensity. So that's why this is wrong, since it's not moderate intensity. So that's why our final answer is just B, C, and D. Mevacor 40 milligrams, Zocor 20 milligrams, and Lescol XL 80 milligrams, because those are all moderate intensity statins, which is also equivalent to Lipitor 10 milligrams. So make sure you memorize all the high intensity statins, in addition to moderate intensity, at least. Because I know most of you are gonna go into the assumption and just memorize the high intensity and just hope that, oh, if it's not high intensity, then it has to be other than the other intensities. And that's a wrong assumption, because they're gonna ask you which statins are moderate intensity, and they're also gonna mix in with low intensity just to screw with you. So please make sure you memorize at least the high intensities and all the moderate intensities. So if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments.